Hello everyone, this is Ashley Tucker. Thank you for joining me today. Before I start the card for today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the October mail call. Now, I did announce this last week, but today I want to talk about it a little bit more. So the theme for this month is thank you cards. At the very beginning of November, I'm going to do a video showing all of the cards that I received for this mail call. If you would like to have your card featured in that video, please send me it by October 27th. And if you have any questions about the mail call, please ask me in the comments down below. So for today's video, I thought that I would make a thank you card to go along with that October mail call theme. I'm going to be using the Beautiful Flowers 2 stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. I actually didn't use any of the flowers from this stamp set. I just used these 2 leaf stamps and some of the sentiments. I stamped these leaves onto some Bristol smooth paper using some Versamark ink. Once I stamped them the first time, I turned the paper around and stamped the leaves again. And I did prep this paper with my powder tool before I started stamping because I'm going to be embossing these in a white embossing powder. Once I finished this first set of leaves, I actually did this again a few times so that I'd have lots of leaves. I pulled out a bunch of different colors of Distress Oxide ink, and I'm going to use those to blend onto the leaves. I blended 2 colors together on each leaf. And because I embossed these leaves with that white embossing powder, that embossing is going to resist all of this ink, leaving that nice white outline. Once the blending was done, I took a paper towel and I wiped off the images. This cleans off any ink that's on top of that embossing, and it makes those lines really nice and white. Now, the colors that I picked out for these leaves are Seedless Preserves, Candied Apple, Spiced Marmalade, Fossilized Amber, Bundled Sage, and Evergreen Bough. As you can tell, I was going for really fall-looking colors. For the sentiment, I used the Thanks stamp from that Beautiful Flowers 2 stamp set, and I stamped that onto a die-cut circle in some Seedless Preserves Distress Oxide ink. Next, I popped that up onto a 5.5 by 5.5 card base, which has a piece of Desert Storm cardstock on the front. I used my scan and cut to cut out all of those leaves that I created. I honestly didn't know if my scan and cut would work on images that had been embossed in a white embossing powder, but it totally worked when I tried it. One thing that I will say about my Scan and Cut 2, now that I've had it for about a week, is the mat that comes with it doesn't stay sticky for very long. Mine is already losing its stick, so I have to tape down my images. And I'm working on re-tacking that mat so that it works again, but at this point, I still need to do that. Okay, so I'm using my Gina K Connect glue, and I'm adding these leaves all around that circle. When I came up with the idea for this card in my head, I wanted to do an autumn wreath with the leaves in this set, but I wasn't sure if it was going to come out the way that I hoped it would. And I was really pleased that it worked, and I really love the way that it turned out. I'm always really sad when I have an image in my head for a card and I just can't get it to look the way that it is in my head. But I was really happy that for this particular card, it wasn't like that. It totally came out the way that I wanted it to. It's always nice when that happens. Once I finished adding those leaves, I realized that I really wanted to add more to that sentiment. I thought that there was just a little bit too much white space. So I took a piece of Gina K Plum Punch cardstock and I stamped a couple more of the sentiments from the stamp set onto that with Versamark ink, and I embossed them in white. I popped up the first part of the sentiment with some foam tape, and then the last part of it I glued down with my Gina K Connect glue. So now the sentiment says, "Sending thanks for everything you do for me." To finish up this card, I added a few clear sequins with my Gina K Connect glue, and I used my tweezers to help place those. And here's a closer look at the thank you card that I created for the mail call, and I really can't wait to see what you guys create. Thank you for watching today. I hope you really enjoyed this card design. All of the supplies that I used today can be found in the description down below. If you enjoyed watching today and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button so that you can see all of my future videos. I'm going to be back with a new video on Wednesday. Again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a great day today.